What's up, Park Hoppin'? It's Lee, and I'm back with another video. It's summertime here in Orlando. It's super hot. The parks are packed to capacity. So if you're like me and don't like the crazy crowds, want to try to do something different, I'm here at Dezerland today to show you an alternative attraction here in Orlando. If you're a car guy, you like go-karting, things like that, Dezerland is for you. Come with me, let's check it out. Right out front here, there's Tow Mater. Looks like an actual car. That's a real truck that was converted to Mater. This was my first time here, and I didn't know what to expect. It turns out this used to be a mall here in Central Florida that somebody by the name of Michael Dezer bought and then converted it to this huge attraction with all sorts of stuff to do. You've got your indoor go-karts, huge track here. Right in the middle, there's some cars on display. Towards the back is the Orlando Auto Museum. Looks like over here some bowling and some arcades. But over here is something that I really can't wait to see, the Bond exhibit. I don't think that's open just yet. We're going to check out and see if they have any updates and when it will be open. However, the Bond Lounge does appear to be open, and we're definitely gonna check that out. All right, so this is how it works. They have a few different attractions here that they were telling me about. They have the Auto Museum, they have a trampoline park, they have an arcade, they have bowling, and also the go-karts. So you start off at the attraction you want to go to and experience, and you buy one of these cards and you put money on it, and then the money can be used at all the other attractions here at Dezerland. Does not allow you to do like third-party stuff. If they have other stores here that aren't really affiliated with Dezerland, but they're here in the space, you can't use these cards. But we're gonna check out the auto experience first, and right out of the gate, look at what's behind me. I mean, just some really fun looking cars right out front here. Looks like some sort of Elvis hot rod Cadillac, and a terrible looking wax figure sitting in the passenger seat. Terrible looking Elvis, but that's all right. You can see that there is no crowd here. I love it. And there's Marilyn, and I have no idea what this thing is, but it really looks interesting. That's crazy looking. And then of course, everybody knows Bugs Bunny. Some sort of hot rod here. Let's go back into the exhibit. Once you buy your admission to the attraction, you're given one of these wristbands, and I have access to this all day long. This says, welcome to the 20s. Here's the 1923 Ford Model T. Wow. A 1924 Packard. Starting from the 20s, they had cars from all different decades. I had wanted to just let the camera record as I walked through the entire exhibit. I quickly realized that that would make for a really long video. Some of these cars you can come up and scan this QR code, get additional information. Back here is the Dukes of Hazzard exhibit. Here's one of the cop cars. And there's the General Lee. And of course, Daisy's Jeep. Moving on in the tour, I found Kit. Oh, wow. That's cool. Some Indiana Jones vehicles. There's the motorcycle with sidecar. I hope that's not Indy sitting in there, because that doesn't look anything like him. There is the taxi from Total Recall. You're in a Johnny cab. Continuing on, who you gonna call? Wow. That's cool. Ecto 1. I believe this is the Ferrari from Magnum PI. That's wild. Flux capacitor. Fluxing. So awesome. And if you're a fan of Grease, here's that dumb car that flew off in the end. It was totally a stupid ending to that film. Even though this is an auto museum, they do have a little bit of aviation. There's a Piper Cub hanging above my head there. Talked to a couple of people who work here. They are still considering this a soft opening. They have a lot more things that they are putting together for this attraction. Some of which are door access. They have a little barcode on the wristband they give you, and you scan that, and that unlocks the door to the next attraction. Not working right now. They have workers opening the doors for you, but this is a soft opening, and yet there's so much to do and see. This place is incredible so far, and I think I've only gotten through half of the automobiles. Soft opening, looking around, I feel like I have the whole place to myself. There is nobody here. If I was at one of the main parks, I'd be sweating, shoulder to shoulder, just aggravated. Wouldn't be able to go on anything, but I got this whole museum to myself, and it's fascinating. I'm about to enter the Batcave. Batmobiles everywhere. From the TV show to the film, even the Bat boat. Is that what Adam West called it? Oh man, you can get so close. Let me see if I can brighten it up. That is just so cool. All these cars are functioning automobiles. I asked the worker here, he said if they had to, they can pretty much start any one of them up. You can tell there's also like cardboard underneath them, catch any oil drippings or anything like that. This is so awesome. Approaching the Americana Chevy Corvette section. Also in my workshop is a 67 Mustang. And there's one tucked away. I believe that's a 64 and a half or a 65. A Studebaker. Good afternoon, Mr. President. Here's something you don't see anymore, an old postal Jeep. Looks like I may have come almost to the end into the military section. Wow. I'm certain a lot of these are replicas or ones that that people have rebuilt or made. Some of them are legit. That was in fact the end of the automobile exhibit, and when I went outside, right across the way was the pinball arcade, and also a familiar face. Looks like he took some damage to his front wheel. Not sure what he was doing there. They also have a movie theater all the way in the back part. Another section in the back here. I don't think this is affiliated with Dezerland. Glow-in-the-dark mini golf and arcades. Indoor go-kart track. Running strong. I believe there are two tracks. There's one for the little ones and then an adult track. Faster cars for the adults. I can envision a Geeks and Gamers go-kart racing, like real life Mario Kart here. If you really want to get crazy, Excelsior axe throwing. Comes another person. Oh, he nailed it. And the third. Oh, didn't quite hit the target. Maybe this is part of the exhibit, the Bond exhibit, but the tank from GoldenEye sitting right there behind the bar. Now you all know I'm a huge James Bond fan, and I struck up a conversation with somebody that works there, After talking to them and asking a lot of questions, I couldn't believe what was about to happen. So I'm super pumped because the worker, I begged him. I said, can Park Hoppin please get a quick glimpse? He said, go ahead. So I'm walking back through the lounge where they have the Bond exhibit. It's all windows, so we're getting a sneak peek here at the Bond exhibit. So right there starts from Dr. No, they were telling me, and it goes in consecutive order of each film all along the wall. You can see the Aston Martin there. There's Goldfinger's car. I'm not gonna be able to see much, but I'll take it. I am so excited for this. And it just goes all along this wall, all the films, all the way back over there. All right, I don't want to overstay my welcome, but one more little peek. There's another Aston Martin. I was so happy to get that sneak peek. And after that, I went back and started asking more questions. And finally, he said, you know what? Just come with me. And he actually took me into the exhibit itself, where I can get an up close and personal look at all the things that they had on display James Bond related. This was a dream come true. I'm so happy to share this with you, Park Hoppin. To be so close to these iconic cars, the DB5, the Aston Martin, to put my hands on it and flip the license plate, I was just beyond excited. I could not be more appreciative that they let me in this exhibit. There you could see the Mach 1 from Diamonds Are Forever. That was really cool to see. They also had the Lotus Esprit, the one that turned into a submarine. And in this exhibit, they had so many artifacts, so much memorabilia. I couldn't capture it all. It seemed like we were walking through rows and rows of all sorts of interesting and cool stuff, all of which directly related to the James Bond franchise. There are so many collectibles in this exhibit, from props to toys to models. You will get your James Bond fix for sure. Going back into the cars, I just kept being drawn to that Aston Martin DB5. Finally, he said, well, let's try to look inside. He opened up the door. I begged him to let me sit in it, but he said that's one thing he could not do. But to be inside that close, I was fine with that. It was so cool to see. Towards the back of the exhibit, there are other versions that were used in the movies. You have the Aston Martin that had the retractable skis. You even had the boat that was in The World Is Not Enough. And the remote control BMW from Tomorrow Never Dies, along with that BMW motorcycle. With Skyfall being my favorite Bond film, it was really cool to see the Land Rover that was used in the opening scene. Moneypenny was driving this vehicle and it took some serious damage during the chase scenes. And finally, here's one last look at the Aston Martin DB5, one of film's most iconic vehicles. Dezerland, thank you so much for this sneak peek. I'm so grateful. All right, Park Hoppin, that is your sneak peek at the Bond exhibit at Dezerland. Make sure you say that right. Show the respect to Mr. Dezerland. Thank you so much for allowing us to come in here. I don't want to leave. I just want to stay here all day. So I just finished up at Dezerland. Here are my thoughts. This place is awesome. A lot of cool things to see, a lot of cool things to do, a lot of fun stuff. I'm sitting right next to the go-kart track. These are electric go-karts. They are flying through this track. The automobile exhibit was really kind of cool if you're into cars. The sneak peek at the Bond exhibit, that's going to be amazing when they finally get that opened up. Fingers crossed for September opening. It's going to be phenomenal. It's all indoors, totally air conditioned. You're not in the heat. There's no crowds here, at least for right now. This is still considered their soft opening, so they're not going to have a lot of crowds here yet. They're not doing a whole lot of advertising, but I can see this place picking up. If you really want something to do aside from the parks, because it's so hot outside, so crowded, and you can't even do all the rides that you want to because of that, check out Dezerland. This place can be so much fun with the arcades. If you have little ones, the trampoline park, there's indoor golf, these go-karts right here, the pinball arcade, a lot of stuff to do. You could spend hours and hours here. Check out Dezerland. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Drop a comment below. Be sure to subscribe to Park Hoppin'. We'll keep you updated on these kinds of places, and when things open up, I'm definitely going to be back here for the Bond exhibit when that opens. Even though I got a sneak peek, I want to see the other things that they add to it because they're not done. So looking forward to that. I'm Lee. Thanks for hanging out with me today at Dezerland, and I'll catch you next time.